Did they finally kill Superman? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we will be recapping the movie, Death of Superman. Spoiler alert, watch out and take care. The film begins in the Metropolis City Hall where the cops are trying to stop a notorious group called the Inter Gang from kidnapping the mayor. The gang disposes of the cops with their advanced weapons, but just as they are about to start celebrating, our favorite red cape hero shows up just in time. Superman flies in and single-handedly stops them in their tracks. He defeats the gang and their leader Mannheim and heroically states that no one tears his city apart and gets away with it. Later, Cyborg discovers that the gang's armor was designed by Apocalypse technology, so he offers to take it to his father, who knows this stuff, for further information. During an interview with the Daily Planet's reporter Lois Lane, Superman presents the rocket that brought him to Earth from Krypton, and in it they find a Kryptonian crystal with information. Superman activates the crystal and a man appears in a hologram claiming he is a Kryptonian AI designed to assist Kal-El and also keeping the history of all Kryptonian bloodlines. Later, Superman flies Lois Lane back to the Daily Planet and then flies off. Then she enters the building. Inside the office, Lois Lane bumps into fellow news reporter Clark Kent, who she apparently is in a relationship with. Lane asks to meet Clark's parents and Clark reluctantly agrees, leaving Lane wondering if there really is something else she could find out about him. Later at Star Labs, Cyborg, Dr. Stone, and Dr. Irons are investigating the Intergang's piece of armor. Dr. Irons discovers the armor has traces from both Apocalypse and Earth, making it stronger. This type could only be made by Star Labs, Wayne Technologies, or even worse, Lex Luthor. Following this, Superman confronts Luthor, who is confined to house arrest, but he denies any involvement. Meanwhile, a Superman's fan, Captain Hank Henshaw, leads a team of astronauts aboard the space shuttle Excalibur when a boom tube sends a meteorite heading towards the shuttle. Elsewhere, Lex Luthor arrives at his Lex Towers in a bearded disguise where a doctor takes off his house arrest tag, which he mysteriously mounted with pieces of kryptonite in his lab. Luthor has gathered a team of the best scientists of this generation. From there, he watches as the team in space is preparing for the incoming asteroid, which seems to have something inside of it. As Henshaw waits for Superman's rescue, the shuttle is destroyed as the other scientists are scattered out into space while Henshaw's body remains unaccounted for. The meteorite crashes into the Atlantic Ocean. As it is monitored by Luthor's underground research facility, Luthor sends a deep-sea exploration team to trace the crashed object, and they encounter Atlanteans. However, both groups are destroyed by a strange creature that emerges from the wreckage. Luthor is fascinated by the creature, which survived the catastrophic entry into Earth, and he wonders if he could finally be competition for the Red Cape hero. Later, Cyborg reports to the Justice League about the Excalibur incident with only 3 bodies recovered, and Aquaman says his guards are investigating the impacted area. Superman also learns that Flash told his girlfriend about his real-life name and plans to marry her, but Superman is worried about the dangers involved if he tells Lois Lane his secrets. Later that night, Clark takes Lois Lane to have dinner with his parents. Clark is afraid his dad is sharing too much information with Lane, while his mom starts to share about the girls who have broken Clark's heart before. Later, as she leaves, Lane is afraid Clark is holding too much from him, but Clark assures her all is well. The following day at work, as Clark is planning for lunch with Lane, he receives a report from Wonder Woman about an attack in a town by a strange creature. However, Clark declines since he has a date, but asks Diana to call him in case the League needs him. The alien wrecks the town, killing the cops, but the Justice League arrives tardily to help. In fact, the heroes soon discover the alien is not their normal villain, since he easily defeats them, forcing Batman to ask for backup. Elsewhere, Lex Luthor is creating an army using alien DNA, and he plans to use the new alien monster in town as a specimen. Meanwhile, Clark and Lois are on a date where he reveals there really is something he is hiding from her. He reveals he is Superman, but Lois bursts out in laughter. However, she soon finds the reality in it, since Clark is always on time. He writes captivating stories about Superman, and he also never sweats. Lois Lane soon turns to receive a call from her new news team informing her about the ongoing monster situation in Metropolis, which has already taken down half the Justice League. When she turns back to notify Clark, he is long gone, leaving behind a note outlining his last secret, which is he loves her. Superman arrives on the battlefield to find his team all busted up. All the citizens watch the news to see if he meets the challenge. As the fight rages through Metropolis, Luthor notes the creature, now termed Doomsday by Lois Lane, is a killing machine programmed to wipe out entire civilizations. The monster defeats Superman and Lex Luthor arrives wearing a battlesuit to join the fight. He asks Lois Lane to keep the camera rolling, aiming to become Metropolis' true protector, but he is defeated and Superman saves him. The monster is about to kill Superman, but his girlfriend Lois Lane appears and confronts the monster, which now turns towards her. The monster heads to kill her, but Superman summons his remaining strength and charges at him. He breaks its neck with his punch, killing it, but unfortunately, the monster had in turn sunk its alien claw in Superman, fatally wounding him. Lois runs to Superman and notifies him he just killed the monster and saved everyone. In her arms, Superman reveals he was truly lucky to have met her before he closes his eyes, leaving Lois teary-eyed and the Justice League members in grief. The news reports the incidents of Superman's death as the citizens watch in disbelief. Later, in a state funeral, the Metropolis City Mayor honors Superman as a hero and a friend to Metropolis while everyone mourns for him. The mayor also honors the Justice League members alongside Lex Luthor, who also gives a speech about how he misses Superman and his late-night visits at his balcony. Later, Superman's parents welcomed Lois into their family. Superman's top fan Bobby also mourns Superman and wonders why they had to take a hero like Superman and leave him around. At Star Labs, Luthor is cleared and tries to gain custody of Doomsday's body for a Project Cadmus, but he is denied. Suddenly, Superman's rocket starts itself up and flies off. Later, news reporter Jimmy takes Lois Lane to Superman's mausoleum, where they find his coffin open. They see a dark figure resembling Superman fly away, and the movie ends. In the post-credits scene, Dr. Irons appears forging Superman's logo onto metal armor. Elsewhere in the North Pole, Superman's ship lands and a Superman figure appears amidst a forming ice crystal structure, and finally a robot resembling Superman flies high above the Earth, bringing the movie to a somber end. Thank you for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe to this channel for more animated recaps.